I want you to think about a moment every parent knows. That quiet moment, maybe during a late night feeding or while playing on the floor, where you look at your beautiful baby and a small, nagging question pops into your head. Is everything okay? Are they developing like they should? It's a feeling that can be isolating and anxious. And often, we just push it away. But what if that quiet whisper of worry is your intuition telling you to pay closer attention? The latest data from the CDC's AID-DM network, which surveys 8-year-olds, found an autism prevalence of about 1 in 31. But that number is an estimate and it keeps evolving. The most important fact of all, though, is this: spotting the signs early, especially in the first year of life, can be absolutely life-changing. My goal today isn't to scare you, it's to empower you. We're going to walk through 5 of the most subtle, often missed signs of autism in babies under 12 months and, more importantly, what you can do next. Hey everyone, welcome to 3 Koi Fishes. We're a team of parents who've been navigating the incredible and sometimes challenging journey of raising kids for a combined 80+ years. We aren't doctors or scientists. We're parents, just like you, who have spent countless hours digging through pediatric guidance, talking to experts, and just living it. Our mission is to sort through all the complex research and bring back the practical, reassuring insights that parents really need. Now, before we jump in, let's be super clear. This video is not a diagnostic tool. It's a guide, a conversation starter to have with your pediatrician. Every single child's developmental journey is unique. But knowledge is power, and being an informed, proactive parent is the greatest gift you can give your baby. So, let's get into the first sign. Sign number 1, limited or atypical eye contact. One of the very first ways your baby connects with you is through their eyes. By 2 to 3 months, most infants will start to hold your gaze, their eyes locking onto yours during feeding or when you're making silly faces. It's a powerful, nonverbal conversation. A potential early flag is when a baby consistently avoids making eye contact. They might look at your mouth, your hair, or just past your shoulder, but rarely meet your gaze directly. Some groundbreaking research has shown that infants who are later diagnosed with autism might actually start with typical eye contact, but then show a declining interest in looking at people's eyes between 2 and 6 months old. Now, this is incredibly nuanced. Babies also look away because they're tired or overstimulated. It's just their developing brain taking a break. For some autistic individuals, direct eye contact can feel intensely overwhelming, so looking away is a way to reduce stress, not a sign of being uninterested. So, we're not looking for a baby who never makes eye contact, but a consistent pattern of avoidance or a noticeable decline from what they used to do. From our experience, a gentle strategy to encourage this connection is to simply become the most interesting thing in the room. When you're playing, hold their favorite toy up near your eyes. This encourages them to look toward your face. Make it a soft, gentle game, not a demand. Small moments of connection really do build on each other. Sign number 2, not responding to their name. Sometime between 6 and 12 months, something magical starts to happen. You say your baby's name, and their head whips around. They recognize that special sound and know it belongs to them. It's a huge developmental leap in social awareness. A sign to watch for is a consistent lack of response to their name by about 9 or 10 months. Of course, any baby might be distracted by a fascinating toy or a sunbeam on the wall. But if you call their name repeatedly, in a quiet room, and they consistently don't turn to look, it's worth noting. Think about it. They'll turn for a crinkling wrapper or a dog barking, but not for the sound they hear most often, their own name. This might suggest a difference in how they tune in to social cues compared to other sounds. A simple thing we've all done is practice the name and fun sound game. Say their name clearly, and when they even slightly turn in your direction, reward them with a big smile, a clap, or a fun yay. This creates a positive, fun association with responding to their name. Keeping a little journal to track how often they respond can also be super helpful for when you talk to your doctor. Sign number 3, limited social smiling and babbling. Your baby's first real smile, not the gassy kind, but a genuine smile right back at your smile, is a moment you'll never forget. This is a social smile, and it typically shows up around 2 to 3 months. It's the start of a back-and-forth social conversation. A subtle sign can be when a baby rarely smiles back at you or other caregivers. They might be a perfectly happy and content baby, but that responsive, back-and-forth smiling just isn't happening often. This also extends to sounds. By 6 to 9 months, babies are often babbling away with strings of baba or dada. This isn't just random noise. It's practice for language and their way of engaging with you. A baby who is unusually quiet, doesn't babble or try to get your attention with sounds, or whose babbling doesn't have that varied, sing-song quality, might be showing an early sign of a communication difference. A wonderful way to encourage this is through mirroring. Get face-to-face with your baby. When they make a sound, you make it back. When they move their mouth, you copy them with a big, exaggerated expression. This teaches them the rhythm of conversation, that serve and return that is so fundamental to human connection. Sign number 4, lack of gestures, especially pointing. As babies approach their first birthday, they become little communicators, using a whole range of gestures to tell you what they need. They'll wave bye-bye, shake their head, and most importantly, they'll start to point. But here's a critical distinction many people miss. There are 2 kinds of pointing. The first is imperative pointing to get something they want. I want that cookie. The second, and more socially crucial type, is declarative pointing. This is when they point at something just to share the experience with you. They see an airplane, point, and then look back at you as if to say, whoa. Do you see that too? A significant flag to watch for is the absence of this social, declarative pointing as they approach 12 months and into the months that follow. Research has found that infants later diagnosed with autism often don't initiate this kind of joint attention. They might not bring you a toy just to show it to you or point out the dog just to share their interest. It's this difference in the drive to share their world with you that's the key thing to watch for. A parent-tested strategy is to become a pointer yourself. All day long, point at everything. Look, a red car. Wow, see the bird? Then, guide their little hand to point with you and celebrate like they've just won a gold medal. You're modeling not just the action, but the joy of sharing an experience. Sign number 5, repetitive or unusual motor movements. All babies have quirky little movements. They kick their legs with excitement and wiggle their entire bodies. But sometimes you might notice movements that seem different. These are often called repetitive motor mannerisms. This could look like repetitive hand flapping, wrist flexing, or odd finger postures. It might be intense body rocking or a deep fascination with watching things that spin, like the wheels of a toy car. The key difference here is the frequency and intensity. Is this how they often react to excitement or stress? Does it seem to get in the way of them playing with a toy the way it was intended? These movements are often a way for a child to self-soothe or regulate a sensory system that might be taking in the world differently. It's their way of managing sights, sounds, and feelings that might be overwhelming, or on the flip side, a way to create stimulation when they feel understimulated. A helpful approach isn't to stop the movement, but to gently redirect it. If your baby is flapping their hands, you could gently offer a sensory toy, like a soft, squishy ball or a textured blanket. This honors their need for sensory input, but helps channel it into a play-based activity. Okay, take a deep breath. If some of these signs are hitting home, the single most important thing we want you to hear is this: do not panic. You haven't done anything wrong, and your baby is the same wonderful child they were 10 minutes ago. These signs are just signals. They are not a diagnosis. Many of these behaviors can be part of typical development or could be related to something else entirely, like a hearing or vision issue. But if you're seeing a cluster of these signs and your gut is telling you to act, then listen to it. Your first step is to make an appointment with your pediatrician. Write down what you're seeing and be specific. Instead of saying he's not social, try he doesn't respond to his name about 8 out of 10 times I call him. Ask your doctor about developmental screening. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends a specific autism screening tool, like the MChat, at 18 and 24 months, but if you have concerns earlier, you can and should bring them up. You can also download the CDC's Milestone Tracker app on your phone right now. It's a free and fantastic way to track developmental milestones. Early intervention is life-changing. Research shows that the right support now leads to massive gains in communication and independence later. Remember, acting early isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. You are your child's best advocate. You don't have to do this alone. We've been where you are, and the Three Koi Fishes community is here for you. Please share what you're noticing in the comments. Your story might be the exact lifeline another parent needs today. To recap, watch for these 5 subtle patterns. 1. Limited eye contact. 2. Not responding to their name. 3. Lack of social smiling or babbling. 4. No pointing to share interests. And 5. Repetitive motor movements. One sign isn't a cause for alarm, but a pattern is a reason to be proactive. A diagnosis isn't a tragedy, it's a different way of experiencing the world. By recognizing these signs now, you're helping your child thrive. If this was helpful, please like and subscribe for more practical, research-backed parenting advice. You're doing a great job. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.